Why Kevin Costner's Dune audition didn't work out. We may receive a commission on purchases made from links. By now, everybody knows there are a lot of things wrong with Dune 1984. The film has lived in a special kind of infamy since David Lynch and Universal Pictures unleashed it upon the world, when the $40 million sci-fi epic bombed at the box office and courted nothing but critical scorn. Still, there are those who argue that Dune is much better than its reputation suggests, and Denis Villeneuve's recent big-screen treatment of Frank Herbert's novel has given rise to plenty of Dune 1984 revisionism. One of the most interesting things about Lynch's ill-fated film, however, isn't necessarily how critics and audiences overlooked its many charms back in 1984, but how many what-ifs surrounded the project. The amount of directors in line to shoot this movie was, for example, frankly dizzying, with everyone from Ridley Scott to David Lean circling the project. Then, once Lynch was finally confirmed as director, he spent 6 months working on a script alongside co-writers Eric Berggren and Christopher DeVore, only to abandon much of what the trio created to rewrite the film a full 5 times. What would Dune be like had Ridley Scott been at the helm? How much less Lynchian would it be had its director preserved Berggren and DeVore's contributions? Perhaps even more intriguing is the question of how the film would have fared had Lynch cast some of the many actors who were, at one time, considered for the movie and have since become major stars, including a young Kevin Costner, who would likely have had a much different career had he been cast in the lead role. Read more. The most controversial scenes in sci-fi movies. Kevin Costner was one of Dune's big what-ifs. There are several tantalizing what-ifs when it comes to the casting of Dune 1984. For example, David Lynch denied Glenn Close a part in Dune, handing the role of Lady Jessica to Francesca Annis, who did a standout job. Early on, Lynch was also set on casting Val Kilmer as Paul Atreides before Kyle MacLachlan auditioned, and impressed the director so much he immediately cast him in the lead role instead. Before MacLachlan was cast, Kilmer wasn't the only choice for Paul that Lynch had in mind. In Max Every's book, a masterpiece in disarray, David Lynch's Dune, An Oral History, via Mashable, the cast and crew recall what was an exhaustive casting process that saw multiple actors considered for the lead. Production office assistant Craig Compobosso revealed that, alongside Michael Biehn, Lewis Smith, and Kilmer, a young Kevin Costner screen-tested for the part of Paul Atreides. According to the assistant, however, several of these actors, Costner included, just couldn't quite do the part justice. Michael Biehn did not live up to it, said Compobosso. Kevin Costner did not. It's not that they're bad actors. They just didn't fit the criteria for Paul Muad'Dib because you're looking for this inner strength. He called out Costner in particular. Kevin Costner wasn't known at that time, and I do remember him being nervous because I helped him get into the costume of Paul Muad'Dib and I could feel his sense of nerves about it.